Imagine a civilization, flourishing thousands of years ago, rivaling the grandeur of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. A society of sprawling cities, intricate craftsmanship, and a script we still cannot read. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, a Bronze Age marvel that rose to astonishing heights, only to vanish, leaving behind a profound enigma that whispers to us from the dust of millennia. What happened to these ingenious people? How did their world, so meticulously built, crumble into silence? Stretching across vast swathes of modern-day Pakistan and northwest India, its heart pulsed in magnificent urban centers like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. These were not haphazard settlements, but masterfully planned cities, laid out on precise grid systems. Picture streets intersecting at perfect right angles, lined with multi-story houses built from standardized baked bricks, an innovation unheard of in many contemporary cultures. Their engineering prowess was astounding. They boasted the world's first known urban sanitation systems, with sophisticated networks of covered drains, private baths, and even toilets in many homes, showcasing a concern for public health far ahead of its time. This was a society that valued order, precision, and communal well-being. The Indus people were skilled artisans and traders. Thousands of intricate soapstone seals have been unearthed, bearing animal motifs, bulls, unicorns, elephants, alongside characters from their enigmatic script. This script, with over 400 unique symbols, remains one of history's great undeciphered puzzles. Was it a language, a system of trade markers, or something else entirely? These seals, found as far as Mesopotamia, speak of a vibrant trade network, connecting the Indus Valley to distant lands, exchanging goods like cotton, timber, and precious stones. Their pottery was distinctive, their jewelry crafted from carnelian and gold, and their small terracotta figurines offer glimpses into their daily life and beliefs. Intriguingly, unlike many other ancient civilizations, there's a conspicuous lack of monumental palaces, grand royal tombs, or overt depictions of warfare and rulers, suggesting a possibly more egalitarian or decentralized societal structure, perhaps governed by merchants or priests rather than warrior kings. Then, around 1900 BCE, after centuries of stability and prosperity, something began to change. The great cities started to decline, populations dwindled, the meticulous urban planning faltered, craftsmanship lost its finesse. Eventually, the cities were abandoned, their secrets buried under layers of earth, their people seemingly dissolving into the mists of time. The silence that followed is deafening, prompting generations of scholars to ask, why? One of the most compelling theories points to the environment itself turning against them. Climate change, a force we grapple with today, may have been their undoing. Shifts in monsoon patterns could have led to prolonged droughts, devastating agriculture in a region heavily reliant on seasonal rains. Rivers, the lifeblood of their civilization, may have altered their courses or dried up. The Ghaggar-Hakra River, often identified with the mythical Sarasvati River mentioned in ancient Vedic texts, once flowed through the heartland of the Indus Valley. Geological and climatic evidence suggests it began to diminish, eventually disappearing, which would have had catastrophic consequences for the cities and farmlands along its banks. Imagine fertile plains turning arid, water sources vanishing, and the very foundation of their existence eroding. Coupled with this could be self-inflicted environmental degradation. The vast quantities of timber needed to fire the kilns for their millions of baked bricks, along with deforestation for agriculture and fuel, could have led to soil erosion and altered local climates, exacerbating the effects of natural shifts. Overfarming could have depleted soil nutrients. Like a slow poison, these environmental pressures might have gradually choked the civilization. Other natural disasters are also considered. The Indus region is tectonically active. Massive earthquakes could have destroyed cities or altered river courses, triggering devastating floods. Evidence of significant flooding has been found at sites like Mohenjo-daro. While a single flood might not destroy a civilization, repeated catastrophic events could cripple its infrastructure and demoralize its people. For a long time, the Aryan invasion theory held sway. This proposed that nomadic Indo-Aryan tribes swept in from the northwest, conquering the Indus cities. While there is evidence of new cultural elements appearing in the region later, direct archaeological proof of widespread warfare and conquest on a scale that could topple such a vast civilization is scarce. Skeletal remains from Mohenjo-daro, once thought to indicate a massacre, are now interpreted differently by many scholars. It's more likely that if migrations occurred, they were gradual, perhaps into already weakened and depopulating areas, rather than a sudden violent overthrow. Internal factors cannot be discounted. Perhaps societal structures broke down. Maybe disease swept through the densely populated cities, especially if sanitation systems failed under environmental stress. Disruptions to their vital long-distance trade routes, possibly due to turmoil in Mesopotamia or other trading partner regions, could have crippled their economy. Without the wealth and resources from trade, maintaining the complex urban infrastructure would have become increasingly difficult. Most likely, there was no single culprit. The decline of the Indus Valley Civilization was probably a complex tapestry woven from multiple threads: a changing climate, environmental stress, perhaps some tectonic upheavals, shifts in population, and potential disruptions to their social and economic fabric. It was a slow unraveling rather than a sudden collapse. The people didn't just vanish. They likely migrated to smaller, more sustainable settlements, their urban way of life gradually transforming and assimilating into subsequent cultures that rose in the Indian subcontinent. The Indus Valley Civilization may have faded, but its legacy endures. Its innovations in urban planning, its mysterious script, and the sheer scale of its achievements continue to inspire awe and fuel research. It stands as a powerful reminder of the intricate dance between human societies and their environment, and how even the most advanced civilizations can be vulnerable to the forces of change. The silent cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro still guard their secrets, challenging us to listen closely to the echoes of a world lost, yet not entirely forgotten. Subscribe